Day three of the CARES Act. Welcome back, everybody. Luke Bowman here from Harrison Tax and Accounting, and I want to give a big thank you to everyone who tuned into day one and day two of our PowerPoint presentation. We appreciate the time you guys are setting aside to learn a little bit about how the CARES Act can impact you and what HTA does here to help you guys out. So as promised, today we're going to go over the Economic Injury and Disaster Loan. This, again, is going to be geared towards those small business owners, those nonprofit, these businesses that are having temporary closes, losses of revenue due to this COVID-19 outbreak. So the questions I want to answer for you guys today: one, what do I need to know about the Economic Injury and Disaster Loan? Two, who is eligible to receive this loan, and is it a forgivable loan similar to the Paycheck Protection Program? And three, where do you go to apply for this loan? It's a little bit different than the PPP. When we get to that side, I'll explain how you guys can go there and get that application turned around pretty quick. All right, so what do you need to know? For the EIDL, think of it as two separate loans. So there is a loan advance and then there is a loan portion. The loan advance is basically a $10,000 grant. So when you think of the EIDL, I want you to think of this $10,000 bill, because what it is an advance or a grant of $10,000 for those who are temporarily struggling with losses of revenue. This can be used on more expenses than the PPPL expenses we discussed. So if you guys have questions about what expenses we can use that on, please give us a call. We'll fill you in on all that stuff. Part two is the actual loan. So when you apply for the $10,000 grant and the loan on the same application, but there's a little box that you check that just says, I want to be eligible for this $10,000 grant. So these are a little bit separately funded, but there is a loan portion and then there is a grant portion. It's really important to keep that in mind. From the information we've gotten from some of our clients and companies around the area, it's taken about 18 to 21 days to process these applications. And we all know some of that money ran out not too long ago, so these applications were kind of put on hold. So for you guys who have applied, just sit tight for now. As of last Friday, they put a little bit more money into that program. I'll get to that here in a second. But once they turn around that application after about those 3 weeks, they say they get the money into your account about 4 or 5 days. So like I said, you guys who applied, just hang tight. The application's in the queue. SBA is processing what they can do right now. So as an update, as of the 24th, they did put another $60 billion into this program. Now they did split it up. So $50 billion of this new money is going towards the loan portion. So just the part that is a loan that is payable at some point, okay? And then 10 billion of it is going towards the loan advance or the $10,000 grant. It's important to notice the difference between those and the split of that money. Therefore, you guys will know where the money's coming from and how much is available for you guys still today. All right, so let's talk about who's eligible. Basically, to keep this general, if you have less than 500 employees, you do qualify in the SBA standards, so you guys are eligible. There's a few businesses that are not eligible. Anyone who has a revenue stream from gambling, any business involved in lobbying, and governmental entities. There are a few more that we probably should not be getting into here in this presentation. But as long as you're not one of those businesses and you have under 500 employees, you're going to be safe to apply for this loan. And is this loan forgivable? I know we talked about the split a little bit ago, but I'll go into detail about the advance on this loan versus the loan. So the loan advance, the $10,000 grant, is forgivable. So once you guys receive that money and receive that grant, you guys have that $10,000 in your account to spend, and that's yours, and then nothing needs to be paid back from that. Now, for the loan portion, that is not forgivable. So the loan portion has a 30-year maturity at between a 2.75 and a 3.75% interest. Depending on the size of your company, that may be a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, but expect that range on those interest rates on that loan. So where do you apply at? So like we talked about yesterday with the PPP, You're going to apply through your local banks. We recommend small town local banks first. If you're not a client of that bank, it might take a little bit longer for that process to go through. But wherever you're a banking client at, that's where you're going to want to apply for your PPP loan. Now, for the EIDL, we are applying with the SBA. Remember, the SBA backs the PPPL, but you apply with the SBA for the EIDL. Okay, so you're going to go to sba.gov, and once you go around that website, you can search and let them know that you're interested in applying, and you'll go and fill out that application. It's a very short, very quick application. The information you're going to need from us or your accountant is your gross income for the previous year, as well as your costs of goods sold. Now, not every business is going to have costs of goods sold. If you guys are curious what is included in that, give us a call and we'd love to fill you in on that. After you get those two numbers from your accountant or from our firm, what you guys are going to do is fill out the rest of the personal information, social security, street address, zip code, all that normal stuff. And then we found out as we were doing some research on SBA, I attached a phone number here, the 1-800-659-2955. If you call that number, you'll reach the customer assistance of SBA, and you can call with your confirmation number and ask them the status of that return. Of the loan. So for you guys that have applied and have been waiting for quite some time, maybe close to 18 to 21 day period, so it'd be a great opportunity to give them a call and see what the status of that loan is looking like. All right. So, like I said, I'm really thankful that we could have you guys tune in to us. If you guys only saw today's video, like I said, we're going to attach the presentation and the videos from day 1 and day 2. If you guys were with us for all 3 days, I really appreciate the time you guys set aside for us to make sure that you guys are learning about the CARES Act and learning a little bit about what we do here at HTA. So what I've done is I've put some contact information on this last slide. I put our website up there. I put our Facebook page, our name on our Facebook page, and then our 2 phone numbers. So we do have a Harrison, Ohio office and a Lawrenceburg, Indiana office. Call either number. We have employees in the office every day, and they're there to answer questions or have any conversation with you that you guys need to have. So I'm going to leave this up here. I'm going to put this presentation on our website so that you guys have access to it and can get that number whenever you guys need to reach out to us. All right. So for you guys that have been paying attention, we do have our last gift that we're giving away. So the first person to share gets a new cooler for the summer. So the summer's coming up. I'm sure all you guys want a new cooler, keep your drinks cold, stay refreshed. Just nice little gift that we could give you guys. So thank you so much. Any questions? Here's our contact page. Give us a call.